This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon Dixon.
Welcome back to Duffle LO, to sit down, you guys, and we still talking about Russia because there's a lot going on right now. They invaded Ukraine, the SWIFT banking system, they kicked them off the banking system the whole time. They had another banking system that they've been working on since 2014. They've been working on this one world digital currency, so nobody really know that. Is this a distraction? Is this a real war? Or is this a super plan for basically to bring upon us the new world order of what's going on in the digital age? We don't know, but I personally think it's what's going on, because I'm gonna just put the pudding in the rice. Instead of putting the rice in the pudding, I'm gonna put the pudding in the rice so you can see it. So y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen right now. Y'all like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below when you see something that you like and you see something that make you think and make you go, wait, what? Credit Suisse strategist says we're witnessing birth of a new world monetary order. I haven't been saying this stuff for nothing. I'm not getting these words from nothing. I'm getting these words from these articles. So this came out March 8th, 2022, as you guys can clearly see right there. Let me move this out the way. And Stephen Alfer is the author of this article. And let's get into it. Those are Julius Caesar old coins, probably potentially made of silver. Former Federal Reserve and U.S. Treasury Department official, and now Credit Suisse, short-term rate strategist Zoltan Pozsar has written the U.S. is in a commodity crisis that is giving rise to a new world monetary order that will ultimately weaken the current dollar-based system and lead to a higher inflation in the West. I've been saying this, as you guys can look outside, inflation is fucking through the roof. So I want you guys to key in on this right here. They're in a commodity crisis, right? Commodity crisis. And you got to understand what a commodity is. Do your research, look up a commodity and see what a commodity is. When you understand that, you will see that the U.S. doesn't have the things that they need to sustain themselves with the system that they got set up. Like I said, we're a consumer nation. All we do is consume things: clothes, hats, shoes, glasses, phones, anything. We just consume it. Like we export a lot of food, but we don't export a lot of goods. So I mean, food is goods, but right now you got to just understand what's going on. Another thing, what I want you guys to pay attention to. You guys have heard this before. If you're over the age of 18, you definitely heard of the New World Order. But see, this is the new term that you are going to get ready to start hearing, the New World Monetary Order, because they're trying to change what money is right in our face. So cryptocurrency, a currency is money. You know, that's this currency. You go to the currency exchange to exchange your currency. Cryptocurrency is also a currency. You go into the crypto exchange to exchange your different cryptos. It's a currency. So they getting ready to change the money into digital money right before our eyes, and nobody's paying attention. This crisis is not like anything we have seen since President Richard Nixon took the US dollar off the gold standard in 1971. Now listen to this. I believe it was the start with a B. Like Bretton Woods, I believe it is the Bretton Woods situation, when the dollar was pegged to the gold and it was backed by gold. 1971, he broke that agreement and took dollar off the gold standard. When he took the dollar off the gold standard, guess what the dollar was backed by? Your imagination. Guess what the dollar backed by now? Your imagination. So you got to understand that it ain't backed by gold. You think it is, but it ain't. Negotiated by 44 countries as World War II was winding down. The Bretton Woods, it was right there. I should just read it down. The Bretton Woods Agreement, named for the conference location in Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, pegged gold as the basis for the US dollar, with other currencies being pegged to the greenback. This structure began to fray in the 1960s as US trade deficits became too large to ignore, and it fell apart completely in 1971 when the U.S. abandoned the link between the dollar and gold. They print too much money, inflation going through the roof. Everybody study doing all this. Everybody study doing all that. Nobody's doing the right things they need to be doing to make sure that they're doing what they're doing to make sure that the people is okay. So, okay, what we got to do is we got to take this off the gold standard because we ain't got enough gold to have this. So if we supposed to have $1 of gold for every dollar in circulation, we got too many dollars in circulation and we ain't got enough gold. So let's take it off the gold standard just in case somebody wants to come one day and look into this. Then you have fractional lending, you want to say, like fractional banking, like all that type of stuff. So what that means is for every $1 the bank has inside of the bank, so like you keep $1 in the bank, they can lend out $10 because you got $1 in there, they're gonna lend out $10. So if you got 1,000, they're gonna lend out 10,000. So they 10 times in whatever it is that they have in the bank, but it's backed by nothing. So this is why they continuously keep printing. And you guys that understand that. Shout out to all the investors out there that understand this stuff. As the initial Bretton Woods era, 1944, 1971 was backed by gold, and Bretton Woods 2, 1971 to present, backed by inside money, essentially U.S. government paper, said President. Bretton Woods 3 will be backed by outside money, gold and other commodities. Let's go back up. Let's go back up. What did it say? The U.S. is in a commodity crisis. U.S. in a commodity crisis. Let's go down. Take your time. And it says clearly right here that Bretton Woods 3 will be backed by outside money, gold and other commodities. So if we already don't have no commodities and we're in a commodity crisis, how can we stay the world power if the Bretton Woods 3 is finna get ready and be backed by outside money? I'm gonna let y'all think about that. Let me go ahead and continue. Posner marks the end of the current monetary regime as the day the G7 nations seized Russia's foreign exchange reserves following the latter's invasion of Ukraine. What had previously been thought of as a risk-free became risk-free no more, as non-existent credit risk was instantly substituted for very real confiscation risk. You see, it's that language I told y'all. Just look how confused this sentence is. What had previously been thought of as risk-free became risk-free no more, as non-existent credit risk was instantly substituted for a very real confiscation risk. So the credit risk, this ain't, that's non-existent. That ain't that risk. That's our money. And then it got very real really quick when they confiscated. Really, they just froze it. But it's still like confiscation because you can't use it. Like it's like somebody took your property and said, like, this is my bike. It's your bike, but it's my bike right now. So when I'm done using it, then you can use it. But I ain't using it right now because it's in my garage. So when I do go get it and then I'll let you get it back, then you can use it. Like that's what this is. What occurred surely isn't lost on China. And Posner sees the People's Bank of China faced with two alternatives to protect its interests: either sell treasury bonds to buy Russian commodities or do its own quantitative easing, i.e. print renminbi to buy Russian commodities. Posner expects both scenarios mean higher yields and higher inflation in the West. China owns so much of the U.S. debt. So if they sell these treasury bonds so they can buy the commodities from Russia, they're going to push Russia up, but they're going to push the U.S. down. So China controls the lever. You got to understand the language. This stuff will lose you. Posner concluded his note with a comment about Bitcoin. He expected to benefit, but only if it still exists. That's the end of the article. Now, he ended it right there saying that if Bitcoin still exists. What people don't understand is Bitcoin really don't have no utility. Utility means it's a use for it. Like, I can do this with Bitcoin, or I can do that with Bitcoin. They trying to get Bitcoin some utility because it's really, you can't really scale Bitcoin because somebody end up just creating it and then threw the keys away. So you can't really go in there and try to like change nothing and fix, like you can't really do nothing like that. So therefore it's just out there. But because it's rare and it's going to take so long for people to mine the Bitcoins in all these years, that's why people just keep on collecting it. But only thing that need to happen is if everybody just say, I'm going to sell all my Bitcoin and then I'm going to go buy this. But when everybody sell it and don't nobody know that they selling, like let's say the people like me, we call the spectators, or we call the consumer, like the retail investors, But let's say the institutional investors know that they getting ready to move their money out of Bitcoin. So all of them together on one accord sell they all Bitcoin. They all sell out of they Bitcoin, and then they put it into something else. All the retail investors that's not in on that, they gonna lose all their money when they go all the way down. When them people take all their money out of it and go this way. So that's why I said if it still exists. So you guys got to know, like, this situation that's going on, like, they really changing the new world monetary order, like, right in front of us. Like, and these people is knowing what's really going on, but they're not going to tell you what's really going on, because if they told you, the layperson, like, hey, if you put your money into this, then you will be wealthy. If you put your money into that and you only got $500, because they already looked at y'all bank accounts in America, so they already know majority of y'all live a paycheck to paycheck. The most y'all have in y'all bank account, $500 that y'all set to the side for emergency, so they know that. So if you took that $500 and you put it into this, you will have money, but you won't be wealthy. See, what they gonna do is take their millions, billions, or whatever they got, and then they gonna put it into it, and then when it shoot up, now they already wealthy, but then they gonna stay wealthy. So they already understand what's coming because they're creating it. So all this stuff is real. Like, people really losing their life, people really dying, tanks really getting shot off, and the oil is really over here, and banks is really getting frozen, and they really hacking, and all this stuff is real. It's really going on, but it's all going on for a reason. So you just got to understand the reason that is going on. It's 3:22 right now, so you got to know what that means. But hopefully you guys learned something from that. So I got to say for this video, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you guys leave a comment below. Donate to the channel. Help me get through law school. Pay for a book so I can grab some hot cocoa, donut or something. You know, but I'm giving you guys this information because I love you guys. So like I said, don't underestimate family, friends, lovers, enemies. Look objectively. No matter what city, state, or country is in, every hood is the same. And if nobody told you that they love you today, I'm going to tell you that right now, because I really actually love you guys. So I bring you guys this information so you guys can know what's going on, know what to do, and you see what's going on in the world right now. I'm telling it to y'all in the order so y'all can clearly follow it, because this is how they give you the information. They give it to you in a big circle. Understand? Oh, I ain't got it over here. Dragon Ball Z. When they had to go find the Dragon Balls, they had to go all over the place to find it, to get that one wish. I'm finding the Dragon Balls for y'all and showing y'all the Dragon Balls to show y'all, hey, look, here go the info. Y'all need to go do what y'all need to do. So check out the Mercy Papers. Get some of the books. Hit me on the email, $8.11. Shout out to my bro, Porky. And that's what we're going to do with this video. We're going to end it, but we still on Credit Suisse in the next video, because I got to show y'all what happened with them after they talked about this little situation. They talked about something else, but, you know, we're going to get into that. That's all I got to say. Stuff.
This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon Dixon.